Hey, it's Rich back with you for another video. We have a 1981 421C. We've done a couple other videos in this airplane. It's a special airplane. Going to take it up for a pre-delivery test flight. Take you along for the ride.
Traffic landing runway 26 left and runway 26 right. Runway 30, line up and wait.
Line up and wait, 3055 Romeo Lima. Turn on our anti-collision lights. Fuel pumps are on.
6 Papa 1 able to start right crosswind and extend downwind.
Those lights should go out when we get a little power on it.
Crosswind, extend downwind, 86 Papa.
Number 55 Romeo Lima. Traffic on a 1 mile final, runway 26 left, runway 26 right. Runway 30, clear for immediate takeoff.
Rolling for takeoff, 3055 Romeo Lima.
Number 5 Romeo Lima, your westbound is approved, I'll call your southbound.
Roger.
Traffic in the downwind for 26 right inside for RV6 4 westbound.
Number 4 Whiskey Lima, your descent's approved and your downwind to follow.
Hey, there's takeoff power.
Alright, descent approved and you want to turn left to enter the downwind for 4 Whiskey?
4 Whiskey Lima, negative. I got traffic departing runway 30. Just make a right turn to the downwind and
the brake climb gear goes
you can follow
up.
that traffic.
Alright, that traffic's behind us. We lost sight, but we'll extend a little further and then turn right and enter downwind. Thanks for help, boys.
Thank you.
So we're back in the Twin Cessna 55 Romeo Lima. If you haven't seen the other videos we've done on this airplane, it'd be worth checking out. This is the nicest 421, as I've said many times, I've ever been in by a long shot in terms of the total package of the airplane. Avionics, engines, interior paint, and everything, all the upgrades. We're doing a last flight to tweak a couple of things we tweaked, and I'm just checking them out on maintenance before we deliver the airplane to the new owner. We may do one more video because he said he might like to do a video when I come out and deliver the airplane to him. So you may see it one more time.
And turn your base over the 605 and continue. Traffic will be holding position.
And this airplane, we did a couple of videos on it. It was kind of on and off the market because of some unusual situation, you know, with the way it all happened. I get a lot of comments and questions about is it still available? And a lot of people were interested in this airplane for good reason because it's such a unique airplane. And it is officially sold and under new ownership now, and so I can say that without any reservation. And we'll be delivering it soon. So just to summarize quickly again, this airplane, you know, a complete, comprehensive avionics upgrade to the TXI, G600 TXIs, the GFC 600 autopilot, the Garmin engine instruments, with, I'm not going to get into all the details of them all, but with pretty much everything else you can imagine on a 421.
Left turn for now. We'll join
really any airplane, to be quite honest with you. The one thing that I've said a few times that I think is worth re-emphasizing, because a lot of people, I get a lot of comments from people saying that, you know what's going to happen with the airplane market, and the underlying most important factor, in my opinion, about airplanes like this and the future market for them is these airplanes haven't been built. Twin Cessnas, let's just talk about airplanes that are out of production, which there's lots of airplanes that are out of production. The Twin Cessna is in that category. And so it's a continually declining supply of airplanes. And even the ones that might be available for upgrades, they might have really high time, there might be corrosion issues, so you have to wonder, does somebody want to invest in those airplanes? So the bottom line is that there's just such a finite supply, and then we lose airplanes to attrition overseas. They get wrecked, they become derelicts, and so when you add all those things up, good clean airplanes are going to be harder and harder to find. Particularly airplanes that you'd want to invest, like this one. You know, because generally speaking, we like to get no damage, good logbooks, no major issue, you know, mid to low time airframes to be able to invest like this, and there's fewer and fewer and fewer and fewer of those airplanes available. And so my view of these airplanes, value-wise, the good ones, is going to just continue to escalate. And that's across the board. But even if you look at new production airplanes, I mean, after the downturn in 2008, 9, 10, whatever it was, all the manufacturers started cut production way back, and they're nowhere close to recouping the lost production from that downturn. Nowhere close. And I was looking at the 2022 and 23 statistics on deliveries, and you know, the market's doing pretty good, but it's nowhere close to what it was pre-2009 or 10, and it probably never will be. So good, clean airplanes that are well supported, and a 421 is an excellent example of that. If you think that you're going to wait for a good clean airplane to come down in price, my feeling is I don't think that's going to happen. Largely driven by the lack of supply of good clean airplanes. And then, you know, another interesting factor or look at the market. When you look at an airplane like this is a perfect example of the utility of a 421 when you can add this avionics, modern avionics package that I've said before, rivals any brand new avionics packages. You can get any airplane brand new. The way this airplane is equipped, at a minimum, it's as good. I could argue, in my opinion, that it's better than G1000. You know, it's subjective, but I think you can make the argument and not be completely out of your mind. So that takes an airplane like this that, you know, may have had a declining life because of limitations on avionics and autopilots, and now Garmin has rejuvenated this market to the point that I think these airplanes are going to get a second wind or a third wind. That's my belief anyway. And this airplane would reinforce my point there. Okay, this airplane has been, you know, in what I would consider exceptional working condition. We did a few things as part of the transaction to get this thing ready, and some of it was cosmetic. We upgraded some of the lighting panels, and so they're in top shape now. This flight specifically, we were looking at engine setup, and we replaced a seal to make sure that it pressurized the way it should, which it's doing just a perfect job of, and just really fine-tuning the engine controls, the prop, throttle, and mixture levers, which I would say they're pretty tight the way they are, but we just wanted to, you know, deliver this airplane to the new owner in pristine, like no issues whatsoever. And I think based on this flight, I think we've accomplished that. And so that's really what I'm doing is really only just to verify that what we did matches what the outcome is. And really the only way you can do that is to really go up and test fly these airplanes. You know, we can run them up on the ground and check stuff, but you know, it's one thing when you have the experience that our guys do. You know, we know that you could do that, but you really need to test fly these airplanes, and we kind of take that for any airplane that we do maintenance on. We test fly everything, and to me that's like very, very important to make sure that when you're going to deliver an airplane that you've done a test flight on it and taken it up and really, you know, verify that it works in the real world. And so that's really what we're doing here before we deliver this airplane.
There was someone else calling again?
55 Romeo Lima is a VFR twin Cessna, leveling at 4,000 with a request.
November 55 Romeo Lima, locale switch, go ahead.
Yeah, we're about 15, probably south of Long Beach, requesting a GP or RNAV 30 via SCAL.
November 5 Romeo Lima, squawk 0275, and advising you have kilo.
0275, and we'll pick up kilo, 55 Romeo Lima.
November 5 Romeo Lima, radar contact.
Yeah.
Mile 3, the pattern intersections maintain VFR. You can receive direct SCAL.
Direct SCAL 4000, and we have kilo now, 55 Romeo Lima. I think I already had that, I said Foxtrot.
5 Romeo Lima, contact approach 125.35.
12535, roger.
Follow the 5 once we get there, in front of Fullerton back to John Wayne.
So I know from experience where I want these
Go to the 5
these
freeway
manifold pressures on the approach is like
back to John Wayne after that.
19, 20 inches. As you add
Going to John Wayne,
flaps and gear, you'll be right at your, pretty much at blue line for the approach. 55 Romeo Lima 4000 with kilo for, or direct SCAL for the 30 practice approach.
25 Romeo and Kilo, SoCal approach. Roger. Expect your clearance for Shirley, stand by.
Roger, we can do it VFR. We're just doing it for practice.
Understand. Let's stand by for your practice approach clearance.
Thank you. Okay, so also I know I can cross Gunny here at 1600.
UPS 4924 to set and maintain 3000.
He's going to clear me for the approach. I'm going to put 1600 in here. Because I know.
UPS 4924, flighting of 270.
So now on VNAV,
Heading 270 to join the local line.
put in VNAV. Now hopefully we'll just...
5 Romeo Lima, maintain VFR. Practice approach is approved. No separate services are provided.
Practice approach is approved. Thank you for 55 Romeo Lima. We'll maintain VFR. So I have a
UPS 29.
vertical path armed, and I also have a glide path armed for the approach. So this is to get me down to 1600, and then the glide path is going to take over at 1600. And I got 1600 in the altitude selector. So top of descent is right over SCAL, right there.
SoCal, November 538.
And zoom in just a touch there, and then I'm going to keep coming back on my power. Now I'm going to come back to
83 Delta SoCal, departure
20.
Roger.
2 inches.
Vertical track.
There's the vertical path coming. Okay.
SoCal approach.
And I'm within my flap speed, so I'm just going to wait till I start coming downhill.
Roger, stand by.
Fuel pumps are coming on.
24.
Pressurization is coming down.
600 to establish on a localizer.
Everything's set pretty well for what I would consider an approach descent checklist. Let's see how I did here. Power, mixture, fuel selectors, mains, pumps I turned on, pressurization I checked. I've got all my weather, that's good.
November 5 Romeo Lima, constant weak turbulence. You're 4.5 in trail, 757, and you're about 20 knots faster.
Okay, we got them in sight, and we'll slow down a little bit. Thank you. 55 Romeo Lima.
5 Romeo Lima, thank you. Contact tower 119.4. Have a good day.
Good day. Okay, tower, and then I'm going to put my flaps out here and start slowing down. And now that horn is going because the gear are not down. But remember I told you 19 inches is where I wanted to be, right? And that's about exactly 19, 20 inches, about exactly where I'm at. And that, with everything configured for landing, that should get me right above blue line. So now I'm going to go gear down. Hydraulic pressure, that makes sense. Now the glide path is taking over. Now we're on the approach segment. I'm still not quite fully to Gunny. I'm still half a mile. My power's set where I want it. My boost pumps are on, my gear's down, so now I'm just looking for flaps. Here comes Gunny. Flaps come in. Now I'm just looking to maintain blue line.
Number 55 Romeo Lima, Long Beach Tower, like 30, clear to land.
Clear to land 3055 Romeo Lima. And I'm visual now, so I don't care about the glide path.
400.
And to be honest, I really don't care about the VASI lights. I'm on a visual approach, and I'm aiming for the, I like to touch down right between the command bars and the numbers.
300.
There goes my LiDAR altimeter. Gears down, 3 green, flaps are in a land position.
200.
Speed's good.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10. 5.
November, Niner Fox, Romeo, turn your base now.
Not bad.
Continue approach, traffic's holding in position. Turn base now.
Turning base now, Niner Fox, Romeo.
6 Kilo Charlie, slowest practical speed. Traffic on left base, Cessna, number 2. Or actually, correction, they'll be passing in front of you. And for traffic, start your left turn now, November 6 Kilo Charlie.
These used to be really busy airplanes before all the glass. And the weak point was the autopilots, and now with this Garmin GFC 600, it's, you know, puts it in a different category in my opinion. But what a treat to fly. Lucky to live at a time when get to fly these airplanes, because airplanes like this will never be built again, unfortunately. I hate saying that, but it's true. Yeah, so hope you enjoyed this flight. I was going to say this is going to be the last video in this airplane, but the new owner and I are going to try to make one more video when we deliver it to him, so maybe he can tell us about, you know, what compelled him to buy this airplane. And so stay tuned and leave us a comment, let us know what you think of this airplane. Thanks for watching.